Let me tell you about my worst year ever in my whole entire life, which is 2018, with a follow-up of probably 2019, but in a whole different way. So why 2018 was so bad? I think I've talked about it in one of my Swedish videos. I don't really remember if it's one of those that I have deleted or just simply that I don't watch through my old videos because I clearly don't. I don't like but it's something that I don't like about my old videos. I've already reacted to them, but I feel like that wasn't a good reaction video, so that will probably be a future project. But I mean, you need to try to know. But anyways, let's go back to the topic. 2018 was my worst year, which I can remember in my whole entire life. And here's why. When already I saw the signs in 2017, which I can say is the best year of my life, which I remember. When I was OCD, when you are obsessive with cleaning and stuff or other things. You need to do something or else you don't feel good. Like washing my hands way too often. That's why probably, if you can see, I don't know if you can see, but you can see right there. That's one of those, and I think it's because of 2017 when I wash my hands for everything that I do. It was just one of those things that I did just because I couldn't control it. Though I can control it now, but I think it's coming back a little bit. That's the beginning of everything that happened in 2018. I knew when 2017 was about to end. This has been my best year. This will be the peak. Now it will just go downwards from here and on. An economical crash. First it goes really good and then bam, goes down. But it slowly gets up again, which I knew was going to happen. And what happened? Well, yes, about the first month into 2018, and I got these type of fears in my head which I couldn't release from my mind because I thought they would be stuck. The first thing that happened was that I got this song stuck inside my head, which everyone does. I've always been really scared of having songs in my head, and I still don't know why. And that song got stuck in for 3 months just because, not because it was my theory that something could get stuck in your head, on your mind for forever. It was because I just reminded myself don't think about this song. And I can say this for everybody that goes in my class. I know I was gone a lot in the beginning and the first months of school in 2018. And I think I've talked about it, and you should probably know a little bit about why. Because when I had that song stuck inside my head, my life was ruined. Not the whole entire 3 months. It was just some days when I was like, why the fuck is the point of life anymore? That's how bad it was. And just because of a song is stuck inside my head. And that's why I've always been questioning, why do I have these kinds of different fears than other people? People are scared of maybe murderers and war and stuff. But I'm scared of getting a song and other things, just thoughts in general, stuck inside my head, which I will never get out of my head. Just think about it constantly. Got a little bit hard for me to release these thoughts because I needed to get an answer to why. Why did this happen? Why am I thinking so? Why do I have different fears? And of course, everyone has different fears, but I feel like mine are so goddamn different from others that I thought there was something wrong with me. The whole 2018 was just based on these types of fears, and also in the beginning with 2019, the whole 2019. If we say 2018 was the fear year and the 2019 was the anxiety year, because anxiety was a big part of 2019. And it was also because of these fears also. I could get anxiety from that, I want to live a normal life. Can you please just let me live my life, please? Is it better right now? Yes, of course it is. I have learned that, yeah, you shouldn't put so much effort to get to know why this is and why you work this way, because you need to accept that you're going to think this way. It can be because of your condition. I shouldn't blame everything on my condition, I know that, but basically it can be because of that. You know, one of my biggest fears ever, which has been on my mind for like every year that I like think that I have been alive, is the fear of getting songs stuck inside my head, which I said, and then get the like of bells, not these types of bells where you just pling pling pling, bing bong, something like that. I don't really know, but these church, you know, in a church they have bells there. I've always had a fear of the sound that they make because they are so high and they are so like, I don't really know why I got scared of them. But that was just an upcoming thing. I loved churches when I was little, according to my mom. And I know that I loved churches. There was two problems with them, like, you know, Jesus Christ sitting on the cross. I thought that was scary in my first years. I still think it's a bit scary, but it's not as much as it was when I was a little kid. Because I always dreamt about it being like alive and like coming after me. I don't really know why. Okay, it was weird. Okay, you should probably know that you had some weird thoughts when you were little too, and still have, by the way. Don't try to hide it from me because I know. Like, I know that me and my dad was playing Pokemon Go and we were taking over a raid from that, and it was near a church. It was really close, and the bell started ringing. Of course, I freak out a little bit, but not as much. And then just the thought pop up in my head, like, oh shit, what if this is the thing you hear after death? Like, constant bells ringing on the highest volume that you can ever imagine. And that stuck for like one day, and then I got home, and then I was like, okay, bam, it's gone. But then it come back a little later in 2019, and I was like, what the fuck should I do now? Like, that was also a dip in like my life, which I was like, okay, what's the point of living? But I didn't have an escape, because if I have never been suicidal. Don't think that. I don't want to end my life like that. It's probably sounds like that, but don't worry. I have never been suicidal, and I don't think I ever will, because I love my life. But the difference between this is that it was hard because I didn't want to die, which is a good thing, of course. But still, I knew that one day I'm going to die, and if this happens, which I was the fear of, which the fear consisted of, I know that I can't outrun it. I don't have an escape for it. What should I do? And then other things like, but what if you can't escape it? Why don't you just stop thinking about it, because you can't do anything about it? But then it was like, okay, but what if you have done something in your life that you must change for this not to happen? It gets very complicated when you look into it. Okay, it's, if you could set into my mind, you would understand better. But of course, some of you might not understand and think like, what is wrong with this kid? He's mental ill or something. I don't know. Don't worry, I'm perfectly fine. I'm fine. But I think probably the reason why these 2 years were like kind of shit, especially 2018, is because I was so stuck to the point that I was that 2017 was going to be my peak. Then it was just going to go downwards. That it happened, which is the wrong thing to do. But still, I can't help it sometimes. It's just who I am. Now, why do I talk about this? Well, I said it most of times, but probably there's some people that probably don't know it still. That I feel much better about talking about things, because then I can like get more people to know about it. That's also a complicated thing. I don't really know why it helps to talk, but of course it helps everyone to talk. If you have some problems, talk to someone. It will help, I promise. It's not embarrassing. Of course, I think it's embarrassing to sit here in front of you, but I have learned that, yeah, if people think you're crazy, well then they can think that, but this was kind of forward in my head. I had a point of view where I was going to talk about 2017, 2018, and then 2019. But I feel like that then the video was way too long for me to make. I tried to kind of stuck to the 10-minute mark. So if you really want a 2017, which is going to be more positive, then you gonna have to comment, because I saw that again, that fucking bug with the likes is going on again. It was at 6, now it's at 2. Anyways, you're gonna have to comment this time, and if you really want it, then you need to comment like we want 2017 video, you talking about your best year in my life. And I promise you this, Minecraft will be coming back. I'm just trying to figure out what is the next step. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, smash like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which probably will be tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see about that. Well, bye. So, let me tell you one thing, if you're still watching. 2019 wasn't nearly as bad as 2018. Just at one point, as I said, 2019 was good because all of my friends and all of my parents, and then also that I found YouTube. So YouTube was a lifesaver. I think I've said it before, but if there's someone that has missed that, don't worry. YouTube was a lifesaver. Okay. So, but thank you for watching anyways.